Watchdog comes to you compliments Western Union, the fastest way to send and receive money worldwide. And furniture for Watchdog provided by Hubbard's. Good evening. Welcome to Watchdog. On our program this evening, we have with us, as Andrew called him earlier on, jokingly, the new kid on the block. Actually, he's not a stranger to this program. He's been on the program before. He's well-known, fine gentleman, Mr. Randall Robinson. He's the caretaker for St. George Southeast for the National Democratic Congress. And, of course, Andrew. Gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to Watchdog.
Good evening, good evening. Good evening to the viewers.
When we come back from the break, we will be chatting with Mr. Robinson about his role and how he intends to take St. George Southeast further. We'll be back in a moment. Now at Hubbard's.
Why this brownie tastes so tasty? What's in it? I'd like to know how you cook this chicken curry. Tell me why it tasty so.
Barren sauces is the answer. Barren flavor all the while. Barren makes your food taste better. Garlic sauce, Chinese stir fry, West Indian hot sauce, it's a winner. Passion fruit sauce, tasting great. When your friends come round for dinner, the food's so good they can hardly wait. Barren makes your food delicious. Barren makes food tasty.
It's the end of the month again. My son's rent is due.
Sending money to your children studying overseas is easy. Western Union's safe and reliable service lets you transfer money everywhere in the world.
My son is doing well at school. That makes me proud.
Western Union, moving money for better.
Chillaxing with Glenelg Spring Water.
Unlimited talk, $75. Talk unlimited to over 50 destinations. Unlimited talk to all local landlines. Landline to mobile, 45 cents. Sign up now.
Watch Talk Clip.
We now return to Watchdog with Godfrey.
Welcome back. And as I said, we have with us Mr. Randall Robinson. Randall, you have entered politics and a party that is, well, first at a time, it's troubling times. The world economy is bad. I mean, even here in Grenada, it's tough. I mean, people are complaining every day, jobs, all kind of complaints you hear. The government is having a very difficult time. In addition to that, the party is going through some serious problems. People have resigned from the government, confusion left, right, and center. Why have you chosen a time like this to enter a party whose government is in all this kind of problems?
Because I'm not a fair weather friend, Godfrey. If it is that we have in difficult times and I think I could help, I'm a supporter of the party and I have chosen to be a good friend and to assist given the present circumstances. And that's why, it's not it's all well and good when things are good for people to jump in, you know what I mean? You have friends like that. They only know you when you're up and down, when you're in the hospital.
When things nice.
Yeah, they're not coming to visit or anything like that. We recognize we have some challenges, and I am not averse to challenges. The point is that I think that I could assist. I was asked to assist, and I said, fine, no problem. Aware of everything that is taking place. That's okay.
But I mean, pardon my disrespect. At first, I should have congratulated you because you've been selected as caretaker for St. George South. So I do apologize.
No problem.
That's the
Thank you
first
very
thing
much.
I should have done. So congratulations, Randall. But you said yes, you admit that we go through difficult times, things are tough. But what can you do to make a difference? How what are you bringing to the table then?
Godfrey, I believe. I mean, let's think parochially. I'm just dealing with the constituency, and the reality in the constituency is that it had been abandoned by the last MP. Nobody has seen him for the most part. I've been around the constituency. I've been throughout the constituency, and 95% of the people that you speak with feel abandoned by the last MP, by the present MP.
Right.
They haven't seen him, and that is the reality on the ground. Now that is what I want to deal with. Starting parochially, as I said, and so a lot of things that could have been done for the people if the people were consulted, right? We do not necessarily need to be in the place that we are in the constituency at this point in time. And so I've moved around, I've spoken to people and so on, and it was largely because of the efforts that we have made on the ground that we were able to see that we have been able to energize the constituency in the way that we have. I mean, for those who know the constituency and what the NDC had done in the constituency before, we had a record turnout for the vote. We had a record turnout at the meetings that we have been having in the constituency. We have had 60 odd people come in. I've been told by people who have been there in the constituency for a long time that they haven't been able to get more than 50 people out. Right? We've gone to a vote with 127 registered members of the party coming out. So people are flocking. People are now coming to register to be a part, because they see somebody, I think, in myself, and I have to credit Elliot Bishop as well, who was a contender at the point in time with a lot of work done on the ground. So between us, we are able to, get people to come out and to register, to want to be with the party.
But it's interesting that you say that he did a lot of work on the ground. I've been hearing some talks. Not sure. Was the election manipulated?
How?
That's what I'm asking. I mean, 93 to 31, and you just said that he had done a lot of work on the ground.
Well, no, I mean, at the end of the day, let's put it this way. He has been on the ground, I had been on the ground. I think I had been on the ground longer than he had been.
Okay.
But he had registered people that we would have met to and were ambivalent, at the point in time and so on. But coming down to what has been happening lately, have decided, look, you know what, I need to be there. I need to be a part of this process. I need to make a change. And so whether it was I would have been the person, or my team registering people, or his team registering people, it was about the NDC. And at the end of the day, people joined the NDC. They didn't join a Randall camp or a Bishop camp. Okay. They joined the NDC. They came and they chose who they thought was the best person. So I'm saying that there was no manipulation at all. Okay. You came out, you voted, and that was it. It was by secret ballot. It was very orderly. And afterwards, I mean, people were high in praise of both of us. We embraced afterwards and pledged to continue to work with each other. Right? So it is about that. And it is, it's funny that you asked me about crisis times, because it seems like the NDC really has a lot of fair weather friends. Not fair weather. That are not fair weather friends, because it is at this time that we have the most people coming and committing to be a part of the process, So it's not fair weather. People have felt like me, we need to, look, things are going bad, we need to step forward now. And so we have seen a resurgence of NDC support in the constituency. Moving on from here, we have the convention, and that will be over in a short time. We'll determine who the new national executive is going to be and so on. And for the most part, who might be some of the people who would be facing the polls as we go forward. It wouldn't be everybody, but there would be, most people would have been identified and so on. The party will go through its process with respect to choosing those individuals. After that, it means we get down on the ground. And we try we say to the Grenadian public, as I want to say to you now, I think this is the best party for us at this time. It's unfortunate what has been happening and so on, but, we move on. That is the past, and we move forward. We're moving forward with a new team.
Andrew, you want to come in?
Well, first of all, I do want to congratulate you on being elected
I also want to congratulate you for your getting into politics. I'm on record on this program as already having welcomed the Randall Robinsons and the Nikki Steeles of Grenada and all the other younger people, and I'll throw Roland Bowler in there, because I really feel the time has come when all those politicians who have been in the business for 30 plus years and have led us to nowhere really need to be thanked for their kind and good service and begin to take a back seat and hand the baton on. Quite frankly, I'm fed up of all of them, so I congratulate you. And I urge you to bring more friends, win, lose, or draw in this go-round, to stick into the game.
Yes.
Now, on that score, you mentioned the question of you're not a fair weather friend, and that when you get sick, people don't come and visit, so you've stepped forward to visit with the NDC. You're not on the general ward. I put it to you that you're in intensive care.
Well,
that's okay. Okay, that's okay. So you are aware, because quite frankly, to the man in the street right now, not only is the NDC party, but the government is in fact in the intensive care unit. The economy has come to a grinding halt. Will civil servants be paid this month on time?
well, I'm not the Minister of Finance.
He also fudged that question last Wednesday on his, what you call it, show You Decide with Byron Campbell.
Okay.
And curiously and mysteriously and unbelievably, and certainly in the views of many Grenadians out there, the telecommunications failure seemed to have been more premeditated than accidental. What do you think of that?
I don't know.
Have you heard anyone suggest that perhaps this was curious?
Not at all.
Nobody has suggested to you it's
not
curious.
to me, not to me. So this is the first time hearing of it.
Well, no, this is a problem I have with the NDC, Mr. Robinson. And again, I want to congratulate you, don't get me wrong. But it seems to me that in many respects, the party is not hearing from the ground. Are you guys just talking to one another?
I would not say that, Andrew. And I really believe that we are in touch with the ground. And I don't know what you're hearing. Probably we're hearing something different to what you're hearing. I mean, I've been around. People have been saying a lot of things. But the point is that as we move around, we are seeing more and more people in all of the constituencies registering with the NDC. That's the reality on the ground. And you can ask, I mean, you don't have to take my word for it. You could ask across the board. That is what is happening. So whether it is that they were always members and just decided to step forward and to be a part of the process at this point in time, and that, it's not anything new, but it's just that they are now coming out and saying, look, well, I supported the party and I want to be a little bit more upfront about it. That is the reality that we are facing on the ground. We are also hearing that the Grenadian public doesn't want to see the NNP back in power or whatever. You're hearing a lot of that. We're also hearing, as you have rightly pointed out, that the NDC is in the intensive care or is badly wounded and so on and so forth. Really, it's going to be challenging, Andrew, because when we look at the economy, it's come to a grinding halt, and even in my own business, I'm seeing that. And I think it is because of the instability. People don't know what they want to do. The instability will be over one way or the next in a short period of time, because I suspect that elections will be called sooner rather than later. I don't think that we're going down to
6
July.
months is sooner
rather than later. That is the reality. So we have to face that reality. We have to be able to bring a team of people and say to the Grenadian public, well, this is the face of the NDC. No, whether you think it's a new face or what, whether you want to take a chance on us at this point in time, as against going back to the NNP. That is what we have to do, and we have to be upfront and about it. And people will take their chances. They will take their chances with us, or they will take their chances with the NNP.
Don't be so egocentric. There are 16 parties registered, but go on.
I heard that. Okay, but anyway, people will still take their chances with the NNP or the NDC. That is what it's going to be at the end of the day. And so we have to become palatable, to the national public in a short time. We have a lot of work to do.
And a very short time to do it in.
Short time to do it in.
And if experience is to be our teacher here, the experience has not necessarily been good on the deliverables.
That is true. Yes, but there are a number. I think that we have delivered a number of things. As to our PR, I think we have fallen down in our PR. If we really were to identify a number of the things that we have brought to bear in the years and so on, I think the public might be surprised.
Mr. Robinson, I want to ask a question.
Yes.
And I try to stay reasonably informed.
Yes.
And the government has operated and delivered on its good governance agenda.
Right.
You've put a lot of legislation in place. You have tidied up some of the black clouds over the financial dealings in Grenada, things like that. But at the end of the day, you have attracted no new foreign investment. In fact, in last Friday's, Friday previously, Grenada Today, Ms. Sandra Ferguson takes Comrade Peter David to task on being one of those who has joined the Peter de Savary, Ambassador Peter de Savary, in selling out Grenada, not her words, mine, with foreign investment and singing the NNP foreign investment tune. So notwithstanding your better business environment, notwithstanding the legislative framework, notwithstanding all of those things, whether it is Peter de Savary, whether it is Lewis Hamilton, whether it is any number of other people, there has been literally no foreign investment and very little, if any, in fact, no local investment of any significance in the last 4.5 years. And frankly, if we have a basket with three of us here with $100 in it, and each of us begin the day with $33, and at the end of the day, you end up with 50, he has 30, I have 20, we still only have $100. Now, either we produce our way out of this mess, we export and produce nothing but children, or we get foreign investment. Neither of those things has happened. And yes, I will ask you before you jump in there, 8% increase in agriculture. We have turned around and we've invested time and effort in agriculture, and 8% sounds like a lot, but the base we start from was 0. So really the deliverables have been slow and hard in coming, and frankly, last year the PM went on the air and announced a whole slew of projects which had previously been announced, had announced that there was a new Ministry of Mobilization, that new efforts were going to be made, that a team of what they were called either investment advisors, promoters, executors. We built a drain on Lauder's Lane. We built a drain on Lauder's Lane.
I really don't believe it's as you have pointed out. I mean,
more or less,
yes, but you might say it's a reality.
That's a reality.
But you have to take into consideration the world reality. Yes, and we are not the only people the only country within the OECS or the wider Caribbean who has not attracted foreign investment. As a matter of fact, my brother was at work in Anguilla on a major project in Anguilla, and as soon as the world economy tanked, everybody had to go home, and that has not started back. So that is the reality of the situation. Now, it is difficult to come by foreign investment anywhere at this point in time, unless you're Dubai, right? And even that is slowing down. The Chinese economy is slowing down at this point in time. So it is difficult for anybody to find people to come in now, because it really is bad, and we have to take that into consideration. The other thing we have to take into consideration, Andrew, is this. Grenadians and other people in the OECS invested in SGL and Clico and Bico $385 million that has been taken out of the economy. So there's that billion EC dollars that is not there, that you couldn't use. And the other thing is this: we have not encouraged our people to invest. We have not been able to get our people who had all that money and put it in Bico and this, that, and the other, and so on, or to get the banks to get involved in some kind of venture capital, some way to be able to encourage persons to become entrepreneurial. And that is not just this government, but the last one has been able to do it. And I think we need to find a way out of that. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think we need to look at examples probably in Trinidad and so on about, encouraging local entrepreneurs to get involved. So there is that. And that is a real reality, and the impact of that money not being in the system, we're going to be feeling it for a while.
So let's just take a quick break and then we'll come back.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Owning a vehicle is a big investment. That's why care and regular maintenance is of high importance. At Hubbard's Motor Department, our experienced and qualified technicians will provide the recommended care and maintenance, ensuring your vehicle is in excellent working condition. Visit Hubbard's Motor Department in Mungay, St. George. We'll do the rest. Hubbard's. Quality service, affordable pricing. Bop insecticide spray kills flying and crawling insects. Available in supermarkets and shops nationwide.
Get serious. Get Bop.
Superior one-on-one customer service. Phenomenal products customized to your individual style and need. Fast and efficient service are all attributes that have made St. Louis the leading manufacturers of windows and doors for over 30 years in St. Lucia. And we are now pleased to extend our services to you. Try our new single-hung windows, which can be tilted for easy cleaning. Our famous casement windows, which locks with keys for added security. Our gliders, projected aluminum and heavy sliding windows, sliding and commercial doors, commercial shop fronts, and more. Visit us today, building number 19 Frequente Industrial Park, St. George's, or call us at 439-6538.
Now at Hubbard's. Chillaxing with Glenelg Spring Water.
Expertly crafted and designed with exciting colors, giving you that unique standout look. Your most valuable fashion investment. Land. Take it with you.
We now return to Watchdog with Godfrey.
Welcome back. Randall, you made quite some interesting points earlier, but there are two questions I want to ask you. The first one is, as it relates to some of and you made mention to the previous government, just coming to the end of your speech there. And but I want you to go back a bit. When the NDC was in opposition, I mean, the NDC had all the answers. I mean, I want to make specific reference to the finance minister promising to give people $400 for their pension. NDC had all the answers. So sometimes it's a little troubling now when you hear the NDC complain about the world economy and this, and then the NNP left the country in huge debt and stuff like that.
But with all due respect, but with all due respect, Godfrey, you shouldn't ask Mr. Robinson that question.
Why
you were part of the same
that?
NDC that was selling us that story, so you're supposed to be held accountable as well.
Why should I held accountable?
You tell us why you haven't kept those promises.
No.
So
Andrew, then if you're going to ask that, then I would ask you, how come you are so hard on the revolution? Because you were part of it.
No, I was not part of it.
Yes, you were.
No.
Yes, you were. So if you want us to forget Randall and go down that road, then definitely you were part.
I was the first
part
I never
of
was.
that period.
I was the first person to congratulate them.
Engineers.
And then I took left.
One of the engineers.
Let's go back to Mr. Robinson.
Randall. So Randall, yes, NDC had all the answers in opposition.
I like the invite, I like the invite.
Of course, he was the one who attacked me. So that's my first question. And the second one is, with that major split in the NDC, some of the persons who have now left, they were key players initially, the Peter Davids, the Glennis Roberts. Wouldn't these people now out interfere with NDC's chances of winning the election in a significant way?
I don't know, because I only have the evidence to go by. Godfrey, you were one of the 1,800 people who were up in Latant, according to Peter. I only saw about 150 on television, but he said 1,800. You were up there. They haven't attracted any more than that anywhere. So my point is this, hold on, and while they have attracted the 1,800, we have attracted the 4,000, right?
But why do you think, Randall, and I must butt in here, why do you think 1,800 or 4,000 of public meetings will determine the outcome of an election?
Oh, well, I always hear people saying that, yes, what is it, the noise in the market is not the same.
Oh, and obviously you had more noise, because you had 4,000.
We're making a lot of noise. But the point is this, that we continue to get them out. Everybody has a crowd. We continue to get them out, and look again on Saturday and see what you see. Not Saturday, Sunday on the 30th, and see what you see. I'm saying that, Godfrey, as far as I am concerned, as an NDC member, they are history, and we're looking forward.
Ever.
Forward ever. And that is it, you know. They supported the party in the past. They have chosen a different path. That's it. You have no problem. There's no problem, because let me tell you, I lived in Trinidad a long time, you know, and I saw parties come and parties go. So I am not concerned about this upheaval in the party. No, it is all part of a maturing process for the NDC.
We're running quickly out of time. A couple of things. You said, I saw you in a previous interview on the news saying that you're going to bring something different to the table, that you intended to have more consultation. I think you even said you wanted to engage people in self-help, not depending on government. And then you said that the MP here today had abandoned the constituency. Now, he in fact told us that he did not abandon the constituency. He did repairs on certain works in Marianne and other places. People can attest to that. And then when he fell out of favor, he couldn't get funding. So two questions here. One, is what he said correct or not? Two, do you think that people will respond to self-help and your entreaties to them to be more engaged? And then you mentioned Elliott. Is there a rule for Elliott in, say, building the community, what you call it, the constituency support? So go ahead.
Okay. In terms of Hood, the projects that I know of, I mean, you know, as I said, I just came in recently. Yes, so he has done about 2 projects quite recently. Right after he resigned from the government, 2 projects started.
Okay.
So that's what I know about. One in the RC school in Monjaloo, and the playing field. Those are 2 that I know of. But this is after he resigned. He suddenly got money. What was your second question?
The question
getting people engaged,
engaging people, self-help, and then the role of bishop.
Right. Okay. In terms of the self-help, we need to determine in the constituency, Andrew. I don't think we could go forward without finding out what the skill sets are among those who are unemployed, or even those who are employed. What skills do we have in the community, and what needs do people have in the community, and try to marry them so that we could put the unemployed, you know, they could get a job. Whether that is picking the low-hanging fruits. Also, by doing that and engaging the community in that kind of way, you know, talk will start. And we need to find out what skill sets people don't have and try to run some programs, you know, little things to give people, whether it be baking skills, quick cake decorations, things like that for the women, sewing classes.
Let's talk quickly about the convention on Sunday.
Right.
The PM, the leader's position is secure. Do you anticipate any changes in the national executive?
I think so. I think we're going to have a new chairman. I think we would have...
Current chairman is
Fullerton.
Fullerton. So you expect anyone? He's still a chairman?
Yes.
After all of this? Okay, go on. New chairman.
And the
deputy
new
PRO.
chair.
Deputy chair.
Yeah, because, you know, new PRO and so on. So I expect that those positions...
What about the deputy party leader?
I don't think it will change. It's Nazim at this point in time. I don't think that is going to change.
There were talks that Ms. Bernadine was challenging him for that position.
Well, you heard that talk, I did.
Well, I mean, you hear all kind of things.
Yeah, well,
What is the role of the women's arm? Are they satisfied with the current executive as far as you know?
Well, of course, we would have some changes with the current executive, but the women's arm is right there and functioning and really, pumped up. So far, I haven't heard anything, negative.
Any comparisons or parallels between the 83 period and this current period, given the jockeying and position and pulling and tugging for leadership within the rebels and the existing party?
I believe that is a thing of the past. It's all finished now.
Okay, the struggle.
Yeah.
So that's all about. Okay. You said you're going to engage the community, so we're going to see you going to a lot more funerals?
Probably, and a lot more weddings, hopefully.
Randall, we all the time. So let me once again thank you for stopping by, and want to wish you all the best in your political journey.
Thank you.
I do hope
and we look forward to the watchdogs being the watchdogs.
Of course, the watchdog. As long as well, I don't think the watchdog will be able to be muzzled.
No.
Attempts have been made elsewhere to muzzle media persons. But, of course, the watchdog would not be able to.
That was in NNP time?
No. Presently, as a matter of fact, just as recent as a week ago. Anyway, that's the end of our program. Let me give you 30 seconds quickly, Randall.
Well, I just want to appeal to Grenadians. It's a heady time at this point. But really, this may have been unprecedented. But in terms of the economy, we have seen this before. We have had 74 and so on. And Andrew, older than me, you probably know of other times when the economy tanked. And but our resilience and so on, we came through it. And we're going to come through this period as well. We just need to be a little bit more patient and to hold on. I have seen it in my 49 years. And as I said, others have seen it longer than we have been here. But we are still here. And so don't let this time of confusion confuse you or get you giddy. We will come out of this as well.
There's only one way to come out of this. We need to work our way out of it. We need to produce food. We need to produce something, anything else.
Indeed.
I want to congratulate you once again, Randall. I want to wish you all the best, and I want to give you a challenge.
Yes.
And that challenge is NNP wag tongues suggest that you have been brought in, best known for singing at funerals. They brought you to sing at the NDC funeral. I challenge you to prove them wrong.
Thank you very much.
Interesting. I like that.
Oh, it's not a requiem at all.
Very interesting. I just want to say, though, folks, the political atmosphere is, of course, getting it's getting to a height, and we need to be mindful. And I think, the next general election should not just be for Grenadians who you like, but you probably need to examine everything. Where you were, where you are, and think about where you possibly will be with what is happening presently. Then make your decision. Watchdog is Ed Mondays at 8, repeated Saturdays at 8. Do join us then. And remember, the dog is watching.
Godfrey's Wardrobe, provided by Adonis Men's Store, Spiceland Mall, where you can now receive 50% off on clothing.
Watchdog came to you compliments Western Union, the fastest way to send and receive money worldwide. And furniture for Watchdog provided by Hubbard's.